Okay, we are here with the Adelphi University women's lacrosse team following their 13-12 overtime victory over the second-seeded Pace Setters to win the East Region Championship. We are here with head coach Pat McCabe, Alexander Leggio, and Sonny Leonetti. We'll start with an opening statement from head coach Pat McCabe. Coach, how do you feel about the team today?
I like this team a lot. It's just a special group of kids. You know, they have their adventures and we have our moments, but they never stop. They never quit. Today's just another example of who they are. Just playing through adversity, tough times. You know, other than having a fast start today, I think the rest of the game we kind of felt like we were swimming upstream. There are different reasons for that, but we just kept going. We just kept fighting, and I'm just, again, I said it all year, I'm just really proud of the way this group keeps playing and the way they keep fighting and they persevere and they stick together and they trust each other. That last play to win the game is a perfect example of who we are. Sonny makes a great play, trusts Marielle, and then Marielle moves on, trusts Alex. Alex is looking, what's the next play, and her eyes open wide, and the next place to finish it. And everyone doing their job, so I'm really proud of them.
Well, Alex, Coach just said it, elephant in the room, you're today's hero. Just take me through that moment. Obviously, it capped off a hat trick on the day for you. Did anyone see it coming? Did you see it coming? Tell me from your perspective.
Honestly, I didn't see it coming. I think throughout the course of the game, obviously the goalie that they decided to play today was a lefty, and that's kind of different for us because we see two righties at practice all the time, and being a lefty, that's kind of a hard shot. So had to adjust to that and kind of had an off shooting day, so I really didn't expect it. But when she passed me the ball, I was honestly looking to pass it across, and just the play was to shoot. So happy it went in, and yeah.
It's Sonny, same to you. Pace came down hot on the offensive end multiple times, and you and the rest of the defense, and obviously you were a big play to set up Alex's goal at the end. So how do you feel the defense played, and what did the defense do for you in that moment?
Yeah, our defense is just tough, gritty. We don't stop, and I don't think anyone on our defense can make the play that they make without everyone else. It's just everyone's on a string, and someone made the cause turnover, and I just was there picking up the ball. But that's just how our defense is. Everyone's on a string, everyone's working together, everyone's gritty, and we're doing a really good job.
Well, Coach, I'll throw it back to you. You and this team with Pace, big battles recently. The last 2 years now, you guys have taken them out. There were a lot of areas where they excelled today, 20-7 on the draw control in their favor. So speak a little bit to Pace and their resiliency as a program and how tough they've been in your path.
Trish does a great job. I like them. You know, I enjoy the competition with them. I hope they feel the same way. It's difficult on a day like this when they come up a little short. It's obviously easier for me to say that today, but even the games that we've come up short against them, I think there's a lot of respect on both sides. I think the programs are both run the right way. I don't think anybody is looking to win at all costs. And the truth of the matter is, if you look at this statistically, fouls were 40-7. They had 18 free position shots to our 2, and I think the draws were 21-7. So if you eliminate the score and you just look at the stats, nobody thinks we won this game. And for these kids to do that in a game that was so statistically unbalanced, for whatever reasons there might be, is just a continued tribute to our kids and their toughness.
And to that point, second year in a row now with the region championship, heading back to the Final Four. Obviously, you guys were there last year and you reached the top, couldn't get quite over it. What's the mentality going in this year with another competitive field as always? What changes from this year compared to last year?
We don't change a lot here. You know, it probably bores them to death, but we kind of stick to the program. We do the same things. You know, our program from a practice point of view and all that is the same. Our mission throughout the year is to just have as many days as possible together. And last year we were able to do that. We were there till the very last day. We've been telling these kids probably for the last month or so, right? Just give us tomorrow. And right now, we know we've got practice on Monday, and we know we're going to get on a bus on Tuesday, and we'll have our day on Thursday. And our goal is to play beyond that. So they buy into it. I don't know if they like it all the time, but they are they're just special. And beyond these two are obviously special, but this is a special group of kids. When you walk in that locker room, there's something special going on there, and it's a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun to watch the development and the evolution of this group of kids from September to now. I'm really, really proud of them.
Yeah, sorry, to backtrack a little bit, back to that final possession, Pace won that draw control going in with the last 3 minutes of the game. On the defensive end, they have the ball as their possession. What's kind of going through your minds knowing you need a defensive stop to keep your season alive?
Just do what we do. When we do what we do right, it works. And I think all of us know that we're on a string. We do everything together, and I think, no nerves, just confidence, and what we do, it works, and it did. So.
And just back to leaving on the game-winning goal, just how are you able to keep that composure in such, a high-pressure moment?
We do those breaks all the time in practice. It's something that we routinely do, and we get different looks from different people. And we have been playing fast all year, and that's kind of just the play that we all knew that we could make coming down the field. There's no reason to set up there. We have the numbers, and everybody's in the right spot. Everybody gets to where they need to go, and we just trust the next person.
And Coach, how do you feel that trust too? What's going on in your head in these final minutes, and how trusting are you of your team to execute?
I trust this team. I said it last week. I told her after the game to watch her grow up. Special. I know her a long time. Little girl. And I'm tough on her. And I know this time she didn't like it. But they're all, they've grown up so much in this period of time. It's pretty special.
It's kind of like a case of deja vu for you, right? 2 weeks ago today, you had the same kind of situation with Pace. So just how exciting is it to have these, down to the final second nail-biter kind of games?
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I like it. I think there's nerves, but I think it's fun. That's what we come here for, these big games, and to play in them, it's nerve-wracking, but it means a lot. And when you win, it's that much better. So.
Yeah, and you obviously knew it was going to be a tough fight because of that game and the games that you've had with them all season. So just obviously you guys came out and came with such a hot start. Having a 3-0 lead with the first 3 minutes of the game. So just kind of what was the energy like going into this game, and what was the excitement like for that?
I think we were all just ready. We prepare all season to get here, and we were just reminding. We have a younger team, so it's a lot of people's first time coming to do this, and we have a lot of senior people who have been through it. So everyone's just kind of guiding each other, just letting everybody know that it's just another game. Obviously, our season's on the line, but we can't play like that just because it is a high pressure situation, and just playing like it's any other game, like we've been all season. We know we'll get there. We'll find a way. That's what we did.
We got out to this quick start, but we know they were coming.
Yeah.
They're not going to just go away. So we knew their run was coming, and it got to be the game we expected it to be. And then it became the game we hoped that it would be in the end.
Yeah, there were a bunch of free positions on their end. What was kind of causing that for you guys? What was the issue with that?
I'm not sure what the rules are with that, so I'm not going to say anything. So I obviously don't know the rules because I watched the game today and didn't understand much.
Good, Joel? Well, Coach, Sonny, Alex, thank you, congratulations, and we'll see you all in Salem, Virginia.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
All right, we are here with the Pace University women's lacrosse team following their 13-12 overtime loss in the top-seeded Adelphi Panthers. Here with head coach Tricia Malfetta, Alyssa Wolf, and Nikki Modis. Coach, we'll start with an opening statement from you. How do you feel about your team's performance today?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where I'm super proud of them. I have nothing to be disappointed with them in. I think both teams made mistakes that they wish they could have gotten back, but I do think, we showed a lot of resiliency and a lot of heart, and at times more heart than I've seen from a PACE program. They never gave up, never doubted, and sometimes it just comes down to one play. So we have nothing to hang our heads on.
looking at some deep dives on the game, you guys owned the draw control battle 20-7. How did that help you guys stay alive while managing that huge comeback?
Yeah, I think our Fogo is just really good at what she does. She's really dialed in, and she's only gotten better as the season has gone on. That's number 6, Sasha Kulo, and I think that they were doing a really good job. Just our draw team, doing what they needed to do to give us more possessions, and I think that it's been like that every time we've played Adelphi this year. We've outdrew them, and it was kind of the opposite in 24. So it's just one of those things. We figure out some things, make improvements from the year before, and we're just going to kind of continue to do that.
All right, so you speak on these clashes with Adelphi. Obviously, 2 years ago, you guys reached the mountaintop, winning the national championship. In the last 2 years, your road has ended at the hands of Adelphi. So speak a little more to the rivalry that's formed there and how you guys just view them as a whole.
We've played them 9 times in 3 years. It's a lot of times to play a team. The familiarity, there's a lot of Long Island kids. Both of these kids are from Long Island. It runs deep. It runs deep for sure, and it's never easy, one way or another, being on the other side of playing them on the winning side or the losing side. We always know that we're in for a battle whenever we play them. I'm really proud of the adjustments we made from the NE10 championship to today. I think that we really changed some things that we were doing, and we're successful, including our whole entire defensive system. I'm proud of the way we held them in the second half, and they have a lot of big threats offensively. So I think we did a nice job there. And offensively, when we had the ball and we were working our systems, we had tons of 8-meter opportunities, and so there's nothing more we can ask. I think our kids played really well. It's one of those things. I tell them this all the time. This is the toughest game to get through. This is the toughest game to get through, this Elite 8 game, because of the familiarity, because of the way D2 is set up. But it's the most rewarding. So we'll get there. I have no doubt.
Of course. Players, I'll send this to you. Obviously, being a top 8 team in the country is nothing to sneeze at. This program has seen the highest of the high in terms of standards the past couple of years. What does this season and just your career at Pace mean in general for how high the standard has been held at Pace?
In 2023, we had great leaders to look up to, and they definitely were a big reason why we got to that title game. So the past 2 years, there's been a lot of talk of them and what the program is and how to.
It was there was questions around our team and what we could be, because everyone's they're a young team, they lost so many people, but I think we did our job and we proved that we're a young group and we were working with each other, but we're a family and we're just one big family, and we want to get better every day, and I think we did, and I think we proved a lot of people wrong, because people every year keep doubting us, and every year we prove them wrong, and I think we'll just keep doing that every year from now on for the future teams too.
Well, Coach, Alyssa, Nikki, thank you so much. Congratulations on a great season.
Thank you.